never die, it reincarnated itself. We must identify with this in order for us to go forward, because all of it starts within the mind. Before it can be a physical revolution, it must be a psychological revolution. You get what I'm saying? It must be a psychological revolution in the African psychology, because I could tell you, you can be biologically African, but you could be psychologically and emotionally and spiritually an Italian, a European, a Chinese, an Asian, and other non-African group. This is some real shit. You got people like Byron Allen talk about the civil rights bill, and brother, who you married to? A white woman. Who you have children by? A white woman. So how the hell are you talking about black talk when your ass fucking laid semen inside the devil, inside the enemy that have been beautifully manifested for thousands of years, from thousands of years, for thousands of years. And it just kills me. How is people that's blacker than me, they talk about black empowerment, black this and black that, African this and African that, Marcus Garvey this and Marcus Garvey that, and yet you still married to a white woman. You having children with a white woman. You holding hands with her. You kissing her. Stop talking that shit. I really don't like people. In a sense, I really despise that shit. I despise people who really say shit about black talk when your woman is white. Your children, they can't even see themselves, you know, as really fully black. In a sense, once they grasp the understanding of I am who I am, it's hard for me to even accept who I am. It will take a process for me to do that, because first of all, I'm confused as hell on why my father have not have children, married, dated, or anything of that nature with someone that looked like just like him, which is black, which is an African. It's hard as hell. And this is why most people, as people call them with the colonialization terminology, mulattoes, or mixed breeded, or fair skin, or anything of that nature. Why? Because they always felt as if that if they do something to is such dishonorable and such destructive to their own people when they are building any economic structure or anything of that nature to uplift their people, they'll do it. Because they'll feel as if that they are on the same level as a European. This is some real shit. And it happened. You can look at W.E.B. Du Bois, the powerful intellectual. But yet you still was working with white folks. Booker T exposed you for working with white folks. Y'all had different ways about doing things, or had a different vision on how the people should actually do things. But yet, W.E.B. Du Bois, you was working with the power structure that was actually affecting and oppressing the lives of Africans. We must get real. And he was a Pan-Africanist. But I really won't even consider him as a Pan-Africanist, for the simple fact is that it took you how many years? It took you almost 3 years up until your death to realize the power structure of white supremacy. You didn't understood it when you was alive. Shit is absolutely insane. But we must stop identifying with being African when it's only convenient for us. We must embrace this 24/7. This is not something that's just, we say because it's cool. It's not something we say because we like the culture. Nothing of that particular nature. It's not about that. It's about embracing, having pride in yourself each and every day, even when the cameras are off, even when you're not on social media. But that comes through the power process of self-knowledge, self-development, spending time with yourself. We all have thoughts. We have things that enter into our internal system that make us get a notification and say that I'm gonna do this today, or my spirit tell me to do this. You know what I'm saying? But we really must tap in with ourselves as individuals. This must be a journey in which we do for ourselves first. This journey, like once you anyone who has knowledge of self, they realize that it was a lonely process, a lonely journey. In other words, it's not a lot of people that's around you when you're going through your process of self-development. And we need self-development. We need to cleanse ourselves. We need to identify with our trauma. We need to identify with our stigma. We need to identify the things that have been a burden to us. And what do we do from that? We forgive ourselves. How do we forgive ourselves? We look ourselves in the mirror. We examine the paradigm in which we have. We examine the behavior in which we have and things of that nature and forgive ourselves for the simple fact we cannot change that. We cannot change that, but we can forgive ourselves and let that, or we utilize that as leverage. That's what we can do. How we can forgive ourselves is by adding a substitute to the thing in which we have said, done in the past. Forgiving myself. Why I'm forgiving myself? Because I want to elevate in life. Because I want to elevate in life. It comes with a mere fact when you're tired of your own pain. And a lot of us, within our own personal lives, we are still to this day, we normalize and internalize the things, the traumatic experiences in our lifetime. It's not the simple fact that we wanted to. It's just a simple fact that we have not stand up and actually done something about it. The Honorable Frederick Bailey Augustus Douglas himself, he stated, he said, for 20 years I prayed to the good Lord asking Frederick for freedom. But the good Lord have gave Frederick no freedom till I got off my knees and start praying with my feet. It wasn't until he started putting in physical action. It wasn't until he got off his knees and started doing some shit. Then he seen the reality actually shift in his lifetime. And we have to do the same thing. We can pray all day. We can meditate all day. We can do all the things all day. But we have to do something each and every day. Create goals for yourself. Create goals for yourself. How much of time you spending with yourself? These are the questions in which you need to question yourself. Just speak out loud if you have to. Speak out loud if you have to. Because I guarantee you, a lot of people do not spend time with themselves because they don't want to feel lonely. A lot of people really don't like themselves on some real shit. They hate even for their brain to actually lower the brain activity. They want to just be all over everywhere because they really don't have an understanding of who they are. People who have knowledge of self, they realize that your brain needs quietness. It needs to go into a place where it actually can extract away tranquility, a state of quietness. Facts. This is why people go absolutely insane if they do not take a walk, or if their brain does not take a break from certain things. These are facts. The brain needs it. The brain needs it. This is something which I realize. You get so consumed with everything that's in your immediate environment to the certain point where it absolutely drive you crazy. Because it seems as if that a pressure pipe had bust. And then you absolutely go crazy. And nature is the therapist, the organic therapist. not the therapists that you see on television that get financed by the individuals that actually want to express their story. I'm not saying that is wrong, but what I'm saying is that you can actually heal yourself. It's this thing that's called Reiki. It's all about self-healing. It's tapping in with the divine energy that's within, that you have, that you can rub your palms together to a certain extent, that you can heal the weakness of your areas that's located throughout your body. Facts. Your physical body. Facts. You can heal yourself. But many people at times, they definitely need assistance. So I'm not condemning no brother or sister who do that or who does that. But what I'm saying is that it's other ways. It's other ways about doing certain things, about healing yourself. Healing comes with forgiving too as well. And then also too, when it comes down, and I'll leave you guys with this, it comes down with you speaking out to someone with it, with your experience and what you have endured. Don't bottle up all your experiences, because that can lead to depression. That can lead to anxiety, dealing with what kind of experience and what you have endured. It can lead to so many different things if you do not express to someone about your situation. We can't be private about every single thing. I think that's unhealthy, to be private about every single thing in your life. Because how the hell someone going to assist you with anything in your lifetime and you do not speak about it whatsoever? They're going to think that you're okay. They're going to think that you're fine. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not speaking up about it. And that's what we have to do. Peace, love, life, solidarity.